Hey guys, so welcome back to another episode with Lenoir Fashion Girl. And today we're going to be going into short hair care management at home. So sometimes some people go to the salon, and at first when I first got my short haircut about a year ago, I started going about every 2 weeks. But then time, schedule, life happens and it wasn't necessarily working. So I had to start figuring out a way to maintain it at home as well. And of course, it's cost effective. It's great. You get to really learn your hair, and that's good, and that was the whole thing, the whole reason for me cutting. So we'll definitely get into that in another episode as to why I really decided to cut my hair short. So as I said, we're going to be going through a whole short hair care routine today. And in between going, you definitely want to have products that you feel comfortable with. And there's a lot that goes into how you maintain your hair, the products you use, how comfortable you're with the products. Do you feel like you feel as though you were getting benefits out of it? Do you feel like your hair is being fully nourished? That's a whole nother conversation as well, right? So we're not going to get too deep about that. So here's a photo of all of the products that I'm going to be using today. I already started playing in my hair because I know I was going to get ready to wash it before getting ready to film this video for you guys. So that's why it looks a little rough. I'm about 2.5 weeks out of getting a perm. I usually get a perm, and I do it myself usually. Possibly, it varies honestly. But I know a lot of people with short haircuts usually say go between 2.5 to maybe 3-ish weeks. So for me, once I start to feel the rise of the roots, it's time. And so I will definitely probably perm my hair maybe next week. But for in between, just for the next week, I am going to just maintain. So like I said, with the products that I'm going to be using here, I am going to wash, condition, and then style, and then let it probably air dry. Sometimes I use a hair dryer at a home hair dryer. And there are other things that people use. I know some people use the blow dryer and the hooded dryer as well. So that's definitely something else that you could consider. But for me, with the products here today, and just based upon my timing, I might just either let it air dry with my wrap, or I might get under the dryer. We'll see how time goes, and then I'll show you guys my after product. And this is, remember, 2.5 weeks post perm. So, it's not going to be perfectly sleek, but it's going to be sleek enough that it will do the job when you're outside. All right, so stay tuned. You'll just see me talking through as I'm washing my hair and giving you guys some little tips and just talking through it. So definitely, please hit the like, hit the subscribe button, put on your ring notifications for upcoming videos. Definitely drop me some comments, some feedback. All of it is definitely appreciated, and please continue just to support me on this journey. Thanks, guys. So the first 2 products I'm going to use, you can see it's being used, right? I have a shampoo that detoxes, stimulates, and renews. I think it has peppermint. It's by Mika English, and you can definitely follow her, find her, I think, like on Instagram, social media. You can definitely see her shops. She has actual shops where you can purchase, or you can even order online. So that's the shampoo, as well as the restorative hair conditioner that detangles, moisturizes, and gives shines. And it's for all hair types. And that's the great thing, because of the fact that my hair is permed, you definitely want to have products that definitely will support your hair. So stay tuned. Okay, so now you see me here letting the shampoo lather in my hair, and I'm just scrubbing through the roots and just letting it really just get in there. I really am just taking my time to make sure that the shampoo is just getting in there. You see me really scratching through just to make sure that if there's any product buildup of any sort in my hair, I'm getting it all out before I rinse it. So you see me just pouring the shampoo there and just making sure that I'm just allowing myself to do what I need to do. And this is like a second wash at this point. I like to shampoo it out at least twice. Sometimes that does dry it out for some people, but for me, it works, especially since my hair is permed. This is how I like to just manage that portion of it. So that's me just scrubbing out the shampoo. And then now I'm completely done with the shampoo portion, and then I'm moving on to the next step. So now you're going to see me using not the shampoo, I'm sorry. You're going to see me using the conditioner. And the conditioner, I'm just explaining here the benefits of the conditioner ultimately before application. And then you see me using a generous portion. Before, when I had natural hair, I used to just do a co-wash, which was pretty much washing my hair with just the conditioner. But now that my hair is relaxed, as I mentioned, I use the shampoo and the conditioner. So I'm just going to be making sure that I'm putting the products in and scrubbing and massaging it through. And with a conditioner, you always want to comb through your hair just to make sure that there's no extra hair that's clogged, like lumping through. So it's always good to just get a nice wide tooth comb and use that. And just massage through the scalp. You could do a deep conditioner by putting on a shower cap and getting under a heated dryer, or just having a shampoo. Not a shampoo. You could have a shower cap and then just have it on your head as you're just walking around the house, completing some little tasks. Or like what I'm doing here, I decided to just put the conditioner in and then begin to massage through my scalp. Massaging is always great for stimulating the roots. It definitely helps with allowing circulation to get to the area to help increase growth. And that's what I'm doing. So massage is so important for the scalp. I did that a lot with one of my sons, especially because a lot of the times babies usually, their hair usually ends up falling out. And so massaging was definitely one of the best things that I did for him. Like, I massaged his hair from about early on, but definitely when they hit the 6-month mark, I just made sure I kept massaging through, and we never had any mishaps with balding or loss of hair. So definitely consider doing that. And I'm just showing here, go around all the edges, or if you feel like there's a particular weakened area in your head that you feel like needs more stimulation, then definitely do that. So now the conditioner is done. I've done my shampoo. I've done the conditioner, as you see here. So we're done with that. Now we're going on to putting in a leave-in conditioner. Your hair is permed. Definitely put in a leave-in conditioner. Your hair is not permed, leave-in conditioner as well. But even when you're having the conditioner itself, that definitely benefits it as well. But a leave-in conditioner is great for the hair. And so I'm just spraying it through my hair all over, as you can see here. In the same way, I'm just giving a little massage around the areas and just making sure that I'm just getting it in my scalp and around the edges and all over again. And then, of course, grab that comb and just comb through. So for me, when I applied the leave-in conditioner, I then combed it, and now I'm just starting to comb it in the position in which I'm going to want to set my hair. So I'm just combing it out. And for me, everyone is different, but based upon the style that I'm going to ultimately want will determine how I'm allowing the comb to work its way. So it just helps. So now I'm getting ready to apply the mousse in my hair, the foaming mousse. And definitely you want to make sure that you're being generous with this as well. A lot of these products, especially with the short hair, you want to be generous. So I'm pumping, and then I am rubbing it through my hair so that when I go on to the final step, it will help as well. So putting enough product in your hair is definitely going to be great for the hold. And the whole point of doing this is to make sure that then when you get to the next step of styling, ultimately, it's just going to make for a smoother process, and it's going to be seamless. So you see me showing you guys the back of how it's looking as I've applied the mousse, and I'm just going to continue to do that. And then I'm going to use my tail comb to comb through it. Like I was just explaining, I love this comb. Sometimes it's hard to find that comb, but whenever I find it, I'm like, yep, purchase. So I'm using this comb, and I'm using the center as my basis for ultimately combing. So as I explained earlier, when I was putting in the leave-in conditioner and then combing through, I was already laying it in the direction that I wanted it to be. And then now with the center of my hair and then the comb, I'm going to just start combing it the way I want to and giving the swoop and just allowing it to fall into a pattern. So like I wasn't given a part like you saw me just show. Like when you just combing through it, you could just let it swoop and it gives it like an invisible part. And for me, because my hair is cut short, but it's not as short as I would like it to be. Actually, it's grown out a bit more and I definitely need to get it cut very soon. So I'm just ultimately combing through it. So now you can see me just swooping, combing through. It's laying nicely. It's very smooth. And I'm just showing you guys again. So you look for the center of your head. And that's how you want to use, that's what you would want to use ultimately for your basis for the swoop. And I'm showing here, like when you're working your way around your head, ultimately like maybe by your ears, if the hair is growing out a lot and if you don't want it to lay a certain way, then, you know, tuck it behind your ear when you're applying the mousse and then combing it out. So it just allows for a smoother look ultimately. And I'm just showing you guys again the back as I'm combing through it. And it seems like it's a little like tough, but it's only because naturally the mousse, the comb, the hair, all of that. But it's smooth ultimately as you just comb through it. And I like to have like a little sideburn, so that's why I'm like bringing the hair down that way, swooping the hair, and then just continuing to lay, comb, and just keep working my way around. And then this is like part of like the styling portion of, depending on what you want, I'm giving it like a little wave, like, you know, like finger waves. So this allows ultimately, so like when you are done with it and you maybe want to curl, you can definitely have the hair lay in that pattern. Or if you just want to take it and just go after you dry, it's a style too. And it looks good. And then the sideburns, like I'm just giving myself like a little pizzazz. So you want to give your personality. You want your personality come through in your hair styling with the shortcuts, because shortcuts are very like unique from person to person. But like this just gives you just like a little something, a little intro to it if you want to do that, if you choose. So now we're on to the final stage of using the wrap strips to wrap around the hair. I was explaining that I normally like the black strips because they're thicker, they're longer, and that's what I like to use. But I saw these in a beauty supply store. It was a great price and I bought a whole box, so definitely not going to waste money, so we're definitely going to use them. So what I'm doing right now and I'm showing you is that I'm taking the strip, starting on the bottom row, and because we were generous with the mousse, naturally, when we're wrapping the strip around, it's going to lay nice and smooth. And the wrap strips are great because it helps to lay the hair flat. And it helps so that when you're curling the hair, your hair is not going to end up looking super puffy. It ultimately will be nice and smooth. And so because, like I mentioned, the strips that I'm using here, the white strips, are a little shorter. I use a few, 3 or 4 sometimes, or even more. Because I want to definitely wrap all the way through. Definitely want to tie to hold it so that when you let it dry, then it's just easier. It just allows for something just to be a little smoother. So that's what I'm doing here. So I decided to just grab one extra strip and just add one more around the back. So you take from the bottom and you swoop up pretty much. And then you could just take, like make a knot, like make like a little maybe baby bun or something with the hair. And then that's pretty much it. So then from there, ultimately, you would then like hop under the dryer or, you know, get under a hooded dryer, or you could just keep it on like that or sleep overnight with it. And then in the morning, take the wrap strips off. So you would sleep with this But then also if you're going overnight with it like that, put a scarf on as well so it's not messy or the strips don't end up falling off. So then that's pretty much it. And then you go under the dryer and then decided on using the dryer. You see that here. And then I gave you guys a few little shots of my hair afterwards. So thank you guys for listening in. Stay tuned for the next episode.